Hello guys, welcome back to Wicked-Whiskers. It's still October and we are going to shave with open comb razors. So, this week was a little bit busy and I used my R41 3 times besides filming, so this was pretty aggressive shave, and for today's round we will tune it a little bit down with this Razorrock Lupo clone made by Yaqi. Of course it is Razorrock's handle, but the razor head is Yaqi Vostok 70 open comb. Maybe you will be able to see it, maybe you won't, but let's load it. I'm using Perma Sharps just to keep reference to R41 shave. And take a look how waxy these blades are. So the only thing which I dislike on Perma Sharps, but nevertheless here it is. So for the top cap, nice rectangular pins, very good for securing the blade. As you can see, very tight squeeze, so no blade wiggling. And let's assemble this. So, as you can see, pretty nice blade reveal. Not too harsh, not really an open comb, but let's see how it shaves. For the soap, it's cold. I'm using my old Pro Raso sandalwood shaving soap. And I added just a little bit of water inside to get it going, because I probably didn't use it since last winter, so it is a little bit dry. Okay, the brush of choice, Yaqi Night Emerald, and I will wet my face just a little bit to help soap with the lathering, and let's go. And I had to shorten this part to make some clips, because with this soap I noticed that because I didn't use it for quite a while, it took me some time to lather, but it is very nice, very rich, creamy, and nothing beats sandalwood in the winter sense. So this is enough when it comes to lathering. And let's start shaving. So before I start, if you can see, this is actually a kind of floating blade, because it is somewhere in between of top cap and the bottom plate, which doesn't have the exact same sense as Fatigues or R41, but I certainly do like the smaller blade gap. And as with any other open comb, as you can see, the teeth of open comb are allowing all the leather to be drained very nice, which means you won't be dragging that leather across your skin. Everything which you cut is going just to slide downwards. And without any leather residues on the skin, I could say that this is probably my most favorite feature of any open comb razor. And this Yaqi Vostok actually proves that open comb razor does not need to be any harsher than his safety bar counterpart. And also not to mention how ridiculously easy it is to rinse the blade. And just like that, first pass is done. Do I need to repeat anything? I would say that neck area is a little bit poorly covered. Cheeks are just fine. Yeah, couple of thin-skinned whippers. So let's re-leather and cover these leftovers. At this moment, speaking of comparison with R41, for example, I must say that shave itself was pretty effortless. There is a very unique sound of the blade in this razor, probably due to a RazorRock style clamping versus Mula sort of floating blade edge. I will show you what I mean by that in a second. So if you take side-by-side comparisons, you can see that you basically have this blade clamping somewhere closer to the handle or on the middle of the razor, while on Yaqi the actual clamping is happening very closely to the ends of the blade. So the blade is, I would say, a little bit more rigid. Has a little bit less play. Which can be taken both as a good and bad thing, because if you have some stubborn whiskers or some very coarse portions of your beard, then more blade flexing razors would allow that resistance, just to wiggle the blade a little bit, while this one is just going to cut through everything. So be careful if you have pimples, ingrown hairs, skin imperfections, anything of that kind. You can hear that there is some stubble left for the second pass. Now it's completely covered, but not in an inefficient way, you know, it's just like the blade is really tucked, you have really little blade exposure, and it's just the matter of angle at which the whiskers are being cut. So if you feel that there is some leftovers, it's not because of the blade or a razor. It's just the whisker cut at a very sharp angle, and you have that tiny spot on the top which provides the sensation of some loose stubble. But in overall, as you can see, pretty nice, pretty clean for open comb. And I could easily say that this mild open comb is nowhere aggressive as some other razors. I could put it in the same bracket with R89, for example. It's just that the drainage of the leather is different. The skin feel is a little bit different. Maybe you will have a little bit more precision on how to actually place it on the face. But when we put everything together, pretty nice and almost effortless shave. I had a little bit thinner skin in here. Probably it is healing a little bit slower than my chubby cheeks. So we will try the aftershave splash. Of course, Brion, we are in ex-Yugoslavia. And let's see what is the damage of this shave. Yeah, alcohol evaporating directly into my eyes. And I could say it is just a little bit less aggressive than R41, and especially on this neck area, because I did have same tingling, because the open combs are going a little bit closer to the skin, but on cheeks, mustache, everything, I had actually zero feedback. So we started October shaves with aggressive R41. We continued with Yaqi Vostok 70 open comb, and who knows what will be the next shave. Stay tuned with Wicked-Whiskers, like, share, subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Goodbye.